and I felt really bad. And I told her that I originally was interested in it. And she reached out to me and she said, should I save you a slot? And I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know about you, but I believe in signs. I believe that people come into your life because they are meant to teach you something at that exact moment in time, or they are there to reflect something about your personality that you need to develop and nurture. Or the books that come into my life are coming in to show me how to expand my imagination, or how to write deeper or truer or with more emotional truth, or that I just need a better understanding of something in the world at that exact moment in time. I believe that conferences have come to me because that's exactly what I needed. And the longer that I'm in this writing journey, the longer that I'm on this path, I have come to embrace, I don't know who said it, but somebody said that once you commit to the path that you want to take in this life, then all the tools that you need to achieve that goal are going to rise up and support you. And that is just being proven over and over again. My developmental editor came to me that way. I didn't really go looking for her. She just showed up at the perfect moment in time. And today I'm going to talk to you about Holly Craig. Holly Craig is an Australian writer whose book, The Shallows, is going to launch. Her debut is going to launch on July 1st. And I'm so excited about it. I can't wait, because Holly Craig is electric. And how do I know this? How did she come into my life? Well, through the lovely writing community of Instagram. I love the Instagram writing community. It is so supportive, and I'm meeting so many wonderful people. And I found Holly Craig through another writer that I met, Fiona Taylor, who has just been lovely, who gifted me the Australian copy of Natasha Lester's The 3 Lives of Alex St. Pierre. I mean, how just heartwarming is that? It's a wonderful community on Instagram. She had mentioned in one of her posts about this podcast by Holly and Polly, Holly Craig and Polly Phillips, called Off the Page. And so since I really liked Fiona's posts, I thought, well, I'm going to give it a whirl. And so I went to the podcast, Off the Page. It is a delight. It's Holly and Polly have so much fun. They are just two writers who are chatting about the writing life, like their doubts and their fears, and what's working for them and what's not, and what makes them laugh. And oh my gosh, they do laugh a lot. And they also share really great bits of information about the business. I mean, you listen to Off the Page and you just come out thinking, yes, I'm a writer and I'm going to do this too. And I am going to get published someday. I don't know, but isn't this fun? I mean, that's how I feel every time I listen to Off the Page. So that got me curious. And of course, I started following Holly and Polly. And Holly was offering the Write Club Masterclass, which was a 3-hour workshop online. And I thought, well, okay, I'm going to give it a whirl. She's going to talk about literary techniques that she had learned when she went to university, college. I love that Australian choice, uni. It's so much more fun than saying college. Anyway, she was talking about all the literary techniques that she had learned, like psychic distance and foreshadowing and metaphor and motifs. And we were supposed to bring our manuscripts and apply the techniques that she had given us during the workshop. Well, I don't work under pressure very well. However, I did bring 3 manuscripts that I had written a long time ago. And every time she talked about a particular technique, like the psychic distance or the foreshadowing, I would go into one of those manuscripts and I would examine it for that technique. And what I realized was that oh my gosh, I really have grown as a writer because I have an objectivity now where I could really see what isn't working and how I could actually apply her techniques. I mean, actually change the writing to make it stronger using a specific technique. That was something I never was able to do back when I wrote the novel. It never even occurred to me that I could do that. And I also learned I was ready to start being a little more deliberate about writing and making my writing stronger on a line level, on a paragraph level, on a page level, on a story level. I was just ready to dig in deeper in a way that I never have before. And I thought, yes, I could do that. And Holly could be that person to help me because her clarity and her enthusiasm and her encouragement was just, it was so invigorating that I believed that I could. And so when she offered the Write Club, which is a workshop that goes for 12 weeks, she had one last year and she's starting one this year. It's 12 weeks. Every fortnight, she discusses a new topic for about 20 minutes. And then you have an hour and a half to apply that information to your work and also get feedback from Holly. And so this session of the Write Club, she's going to talk about cliché, finding your voice, how to develop mood and atmosphere, imagery, writing techniques, and writing themes. All things that I know about, but don't really have a clue how to do it specifically. Like, don't really understand the techniques that I could use to actually up my game. And so I thought, yes, this is exciting. I can do it. And then the new year rolled in and I thought, no, I can't. I got full of resistance because I'm working on two projects right now. I have my memoir and I have my novel, and I'm trying to move them forward. And if I take on something else over 12 weeks, I mean, that's just going to be a distraction. And this is all resistance, right? I mean, I didn't want to stress myself out. And so I thought, well, she'll offer it again. And so I'll do it another time, right? Sure. But it kept bugging me. And I felt really bad. And I told her that I originally was interested in it. And she reached out to me and she said, should I save you a slot? And I was like, I don't know what to do. And I told her all the ins and outs of why I was conflicted about going ahead. And Holly just said to me, well, why don't you just try one session and see how you like it? Wow, great. Okay, I'm in. And so last week, I did the first session of the Write Club, which was all about avoiding cliches. And it was an eye-opener. It was fabulous. Holly talked about cliches on a line level. She talked about cliches in character, in plot, in settings, and she identified exactly why they're so irritating for readers. And she also discussed how we could avoid them. She showed us how we could train ourselves to avoid cliches. One of the biggest tips is to read outside your genre, and specifically literary fiction, where your imagination is going to expand, where the writer is going to take you into a different level of writing, and that will get you thinking outside the box. That's such an easy fix, right? That we don't really consciously think about that in itself is enough to unclog, your blocks in terms of using the same old cliches and move forward. Anyway, she had all of these tips as well. And then she also talked about things that we could do that would not only help us avoid cliches, but also to make our own writing uniquely ours. And it was fascinating. And then, so that was 20 minutes. And then following that, everybody brought their material. You could either continue to work on your own, or you could put your material up on the screen and get feedback from Holly. And that was also fascinating also really, really fascinating to see somebody else's work and to watch how Holly would just give a little nudge to point something out, and all of a sudden all these light bulb moments would go off at people. It was fabulous. And the other great option for the Write Club is that you can do it in the 1.5 hour time slot, right? You could do it live, which for some people might be difficult because Holly's in Australia and you're in a different time zone. It takes place at 6:30 p.m. in Australia. I needed to get up at 5:30 in the morning, which was okay because I'm a morning person, but it does kind of shake up your routine. So you can do it that way, or when you sign up for the Write Club, you can also get the replay. And even if you do it live, you still get the replay, which is another bonus because if you hear it once, it's good. If you hear it a second time, it's even better. If you can't do the live, you can also do the replay and you can do the work and you can send your material to Holly and she will give you feedback. I mean, it's the best of both worlds. It's wonderful. I was so energized by the end of it and so in love with Holly Craig as an instructor. The setup is perfect. It's relaxed. There are no lectures and there are no, worksheets that make you feel, well, they make me feel like whenever somebody gives me a worksheet and said, okay, this is what we're going to do, then I always feel like, oh, I don't really know anything. And oh, I'm not good enough. And anyway, it's a big turnoff for me. And there is none of that. She doesn't lecture. She talks about a subject for 20 minutes, but it's in conversation. She's just very much like she is on Off the Page with Polly. She's just talking about the material and she's laughing and she's just having a conversation about the topic. And you're just absorbing it just like you would if she was having lunch with you. It was just so wonderfully relaxing and informative. And she was so encouraging. And she has this wonderful way of asking the question. So what is it you really want to say? Or how can you make that concise? Just little challenges that she gave people. There were several big light bulb moments for writers that really opened things up for them on the page. What did you really want to say? It was just the best. And I came away feeling just like, wow, this is great. I want to get to the page. And then I watched it again and took more notes. And then I realized that this is totally doable for me. This is totally doable for me. I could absolutely watch a replay and then send something to Holly. Or I could absolutely put something I've written up to share to get feedback because I know that I'm safe with her and I know that she is encouraging and all she wants is for me to become a better writer. And so I'm signing up for the next session. Absolutely. The Write Club rocks and I'll figure it out. Yes, I'm not abandoning my other two projects. Absolutely not. But there's no reason that I can't do the Write Club because the Write Club is going to help me take my writing to the next level. Because one of the things that I've decided about 2023 is that I just don't want to do my best. I want to do better than that. I want to do whatever is required in order to get my writing to the point where I can compete with the writers that I admire. And that's going to begin with the Write Club. I'm going to get specific and concrete with my writing, and who knows, anything is possible. The Write Club with Holly Craig. Look her up, sign up, and get writing.